subscribe. Don't forget to comment. I'd love to read from you. Thank you. Hi guys, welcome again to Abisisu channel. I'm glad you're here. My name is Abimbola. We will be catching them young today. Catch them young. What do I mean? I'm talking to all the young children out there. My little ones, the preschoolers. Today is your day. I'm going to be enlightening parents. I'm going to be enlightening guardians, teachers, and everyone on how to ensure that you groom the children from a young age, and then they just grow and then grow and then grow and get better and better and better. Let's go. Children develop and hit milestones at different stages. Now, when a child hits a milestone at the right time, it just means that the child is developing as should be. Reaching milestones earlier may mean that the child is a bit advanced compared to his or her age mates. And not hitting the milestone at the right time could mean that the child is experiencing some initial delays, sometimes nothing to worry about, and some other times a cause for concern. However, there are milestones that every child is expected to attain at a certain age. Preschool marks an important time in a child's development. Now, this period, the preschool period, might just be the difference between soaring high, maintaining at an average, or not doing so well as the child transits from preschool to grade school. Math is an essential part of learning for children in early years because it provides important life skills. The knowledge of mathematics helps children to count, helps children to identify shapes and patterns, helps children to measure and develop their own spatial awareness. Now, I'm going to mention 4 key skills that preschoolers must acquire. 1, the skill to read and write. 2, number skills like counting. 3, reasoning, which includes identifying patterns. And 4, personal and social skills. Now, you might want to pay a closer attention if your preschooler is not able to do the following. 1, compare objects based on size. 2, count simple numbers. 3, identify colors and shapes. And 4, when they avoid games that have to do with numbers and mathematical activities. Let's be conscious of this. If our preschoolers are not able to do these things I've mentioned, we need to pay a closer attention. It's time for us to talk about ways to ensure that your child's learning is on track. Tip number 1, place your child in school, especially at this time. These are crucial early years. We must ensure that our children are in school. At the same time, ensure that you do not move your children from school to school too often so that it does not affect the progress of the child. It has a way, moving from one school or from one place to the other, even for a little child, has a way of affecting the child because the process or the way things are done in this particular establishment is different from the way things are done in other places. So let's try and maintain stability. Let's ensure that the children's school life is stable at this time. 2, liaise with your child's teacher regularly to ensure a steady flow and a progression in your child's studies. 3, engage your preschooler in conversations. This is the time where children like to ask the why questions, when, how, what if, should I, and all of that. Don't feel frustrated when they ask you such questions. Feel free to strike a conversation with them, answer their questions, and as much as possible, you ask yours too. This stage is called the inquiry-based period, and it helps to build the child's confidence. Tip number 4, spend time playing, dancing, and just having fun with them. You know why? It helps you to get to know them better. Number 5, teach them to understand real life scenarios. I'll give you some examples. For instance, when your preschooler is done eating, teach the child how to fold his or her napkin, how to carry their plates to the kitchen, how to tidy up their environment. All these things are important in the development of the total child. Another thing you can also do is to ensure that you have a time set aside for lessons. When I say lessons, I don't mean serious work, but let your child or let your children know that at this particular time it's just time to do our homework, or it's time to do our classwork, or it's just time to do some school activity. So it is generally perceived that all preschoolers do is play, play, play. But we forget that these children are moving on to grade school very soon. So let us not spend all our time playing, 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 and then we forget about doing some serious work. Let's learn to balance our playtime with work time. In conclusion, I'm going to tell you a few things that you must not do when it concerns your preschooler. 1, do not leave your child's all-round progression to the school alone. You must get involved. 2, please don't teach abstract math. Do not teach your preschooler without resources. Do not teach your preschooler without any kind of fun activity. Remember that their learning at this stage is fun-based. So if you just walk into class or you're at home and then you just start teaching 1 + 1 is 2, the children would not comprehend. They would just find it boring. Trust me. 3, use appropriate resources so that it will not lead to loss of interest. 4, do not give up on any child. Do not assume that the child cannot learn. Every child can learn. Acquiring basic math skills strengthens the non-academic and academic foundation of every child. Make learning fun and real always. And just in case your child seems to be struggling, don't wait to get help. Get it immediately. Thank you for joining me on today's teaching. See you next time. Bye.